And the city is short of time. It's hosting the next FIFA World Cup and the 2028 Olympics. So it has some big changes to make before millions of people start descending on it. This will include massive strides in infrastructure, particularly in aviation and transport. Take the Paris Olympics, for example. Paris had to spend millions on doubling its metro and making an additional one from scratch to cater to the influx of visitors. After a gap of 40 years, the Games have once again returned to LA. That's why everything has to be top-notch. It's LA's third time hosting the Olympics. However, the Los Angeles of today is a far cry from what it was in 1984 and certainly in 1932, when it first hosted the Games. The streets were less crowded, which ultimately meant less demand for transport and aviation. To solve these multifaceted problems, a massive project called 28 by 28 was unveiled.
In California, hope to change the game with unprecedented investments, so it's not just ambition, but we're realizing that ambition.
His plan is to spend $54 billion of California's nearly $98 billion budget surplus to combat climate change.
Over the course of the next several years, Los Angeles will be host to the World Cup, and then the Super Bowl, and then the Olympics. With this rebuilding effort needing to take place, is LA going to be ready for all of those global events?
My humble position, and it's not just being naively optimistic, that only reinforces the imperative moving quickly, doing in the spirit of collaboration and cooperation. The President of the United States, Donald Trump, to his credit, was helpful in getting the Olympics to the United States of America, to get it down here in LA. We thank him for that. This is an opportunity for him to shine, for this country to shine, for California and this community to shine. The opportunity with all of that and all that opportunity and that pride and spirit that comes from not just hosting those three iconic games and venues, but also the opportunity, I think, to rebuild at the same time. And that's why we're already organizing a Marshall Plan. And we already have a team of looking and reimagining LA 2.0. And we're making sure everyone's included, not just the folks on the coast, people here that were ravaged by this disaster.
In 64 AD, a massive fire broke out in Rome, starting near the Circus Maximus. The flames raged for 9 days, destroying almost 2/3 of the city, including homes, temples, and key public buildings. Emperor Nero, who ruled at the time, faced rumors that he'd started the fire on purpose. People believed he wanted to clear land for a grand palace he'd been planning, the Domus Aurea, or Golden House. Nero's reputation didn't help him. He was known for spending huge sums on lavish projects. So, when the city lay in ruins, he had little money left for rebuilding. To make things worse, he decided to shift the blame to the Christians, a small and unpopular group in Rome, leading to brutal persecution. After the fire, Rome was rebuilt with stronger materials and wider streets to prevent future disasters.
As we looked at such complete destruction, we could hardly realize that the largest city in California was in ruins. It will be declared that men are offending God by the violation of the Sunday Sabbath.